Hi, and welcome to another installment of Math Basics with Mr. Besh. Again, we talk about vertical angles, and this piggybacks on our last example. I had students to come back and say, well, wait a second. We did this problem already. You told us that the angle P was 34 degrees, but what about the other angles? Mr. Besh, you did not tell us what this angle was and what this angle was. And this video is about that. When you have these two lines that cross and you create these vertical angles, we all know just by judging by our eyes that this angle here and this angle here are the same value. But here is where it becomes important, and here is a key concept when it comes to plane geometry. What I would like you to do is choose any one of the lines. Pick either one of them, okay, and highlight that line. So I'm going to go from A to B. I'm going to take my highlighting tool and I'm going to go from A to B. Now, I want to teach you a very important lesson associated with this, okay? Anytime I trace or highlight a line, what's going to happen is you're going to have two sides of the line. In this example, when the line like we have here is more on the lines like close to being vertical, you're going to have a left side and a right side. This can also be done if you have a line closer to being horizontal, because what you're going to have is you're going to have a top and a bottom. Now, here's the deal. What you know about a line is that all lines are also known as straight angles. And guys, we know this. Straight angles all measure 180 degrees. Yes, a straight angle and a line are the same thing. So what we know is we know everything to the left of the line adds up to be 180, and everything to the right of the line adds up to be 180. You say, well, whoa, so wait a second. You lost me there. I don't understand what you're talking about. Remember this whole picture that we have here? This is what's referred to as an angle cluster. This is a rotation. Rotations add up to be 360 degrees. So now what does that mean? That means the four angles that I have here all add up to be 360. Now let me clean this up just a little bit, and let's get back to the angles that we didn't know. So now again, I'm going to go back to my highlighting tool. I'm going to highlight angle AB right here. Now what I know about this is the angles that are to the right of it, this angle here that's obtuse, and this angle right here need to add up to be 180 degrees. And you say, well, wait a second. How do you know that? Why? Because it's half a circle. It's a semicircle right here. That's half. If a full circle is 360 degrees, then obviously a half a circle is going to be 180. So if those two pieces of the puzzle, they need to add up to be 180 degrees, and vice versa. If we go to the other side of that line, we have the other half of that circle, and the other half of that circle has to be 180 degrees as well. And this has two angles, this guy and this guy. And now, since we already know this guy, which is 34 degrees, then this guy has to be 146 degrees, because 146 degrees plus 34 degrees is going to add up to be 180 degrees, which is my target. And then if you went back to the last video that we just did with vertical angles, you know that angles that are directly across from one another have the same value. So this guy is going to be 146 degrees as well. And you can easily check your work. You can determine whether or not you're right or not so easy by just going around here and adding up all your angles. Because remember, all these angles combined, they make a complete rotation, and all complete rotations need to add up to be 360 degrees. So when I do this, 146 plus 34 plus 146 plus 34 again does in fact check and add up to be 360 degrees. So that is how we found our other missing piece with our vertical angles when the two lines cross. So now I hope you found this both helpful and informative, since we've completed our example.